urgent warning from the World Health Organization for countries reopening during this pandemic. They say moving too fast could lead to a, quote, immediate second peak of illness and death. Anthony?
Memorial Day crowds across the country, Gail, gave a boost to advocates pushing for a quick reopening, but they drew concern from medical experts. Our lead national correspondent, David Begnaud, joins us from Times Square in New York. David, good morning.
Anthony, good morning. A lot of people use Memorial Day to test the waters, literally and figuratively. It appears a majority of Americans followed the advice of the doctors to wear face coverings and social distance where you can. But the people who got the most attention did not. This morning, all 50 states plus Puerto Rico have relaxed restrictions in some way or another as the country now rolls out its new normal. It was the unofficial start to summer Monday as crowds gathered to celebrate. From the beaches in Tybee Island, Georgia, and Hilton Head, South Carolina, to the reopening of this casino in Kansas City, Kansas. The gatherings have some public health officials concerned about what is ahead. Sure, some visitors tried to socially distance, and they wore masks.
We try to distance ourselves enough to not have to wear them on the beach, but still, people would still come over, and you kind of had to, turn away from them.
Many others did not.
If you're worried about it, stay home. If you don't want to catch it, then stay home.
In St. Louis County, Missouri, Monday, they issued a travel advisory after videos showed crowded weekend pool parties at Lake of the Ozarks. Officials are now urging those who ignored protective measures to self-quarantine for 2 weeks. While some were eager to shake off restrictions for the weekend, protesters in North Carolina and Illinois called on their governors Monday to ease restrictions for good. Meanwhile, in California, that state is focusing attention on COVID-19 outbreaks at 9 Los Angeles area food processing plants, including 5 meatpacking plants, after more than 150 workers tested positive. 25 states reported increases in their average new COVID-19 cases on Sunday. That's compared to 2 weeks ago. 3 of them, Montana, Alaska, and Arkansas, were up more than 100%. Dr. Brian Richardson is chairman of the COVID-19 task force at Jackson Hospital in Montgomery, Alabama. The county's cases have almost doubled there in the past 2 weeks.
I'm seeing right now around 20 to 25% of the hospital is either filled with patients who are positive or who are suspicious and positive. The ICU beds are essentially totally full.
Sharon Haug was one of the first people diagnosed with coronavirus in Alabama's Elmore County.
The virus doesn't care where you live, and it doesn't care what your political party is. It can happen to anybody, and we should all be fighting it together.
Sharon and her husband both came down with the coronavirus, and they're both recovering well this morning. California has rolled out rules for religious services to resume. It's got to be 100 people or less. And Tony, worshipers are recommended to wear masks, limit singing, and refrain from shaking hands or hugging.
All right, well, some kind of open is open enough for a lot of people. David, thank you very much.